Good morning, boys and girls. It's great to see you. It's been a while. It's time for Sunday school, so find a spot at home that's comfortable and let's get to learning.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your life will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, then your life will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, shout amen. If you're happy and you know it, shout amen. If you're happy and you know it, then your life will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, shout amen. If you're happy and you know it, 2 or 3. Amen. If you're happy and you know it, 2 or 3. Amen. If you're happy and you know it, then your life will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, 2 or 3.
Today's topic of the lesson is, let's love one another. Our golden text is from 1 John 4, verse 7. As always, repeat after me so that you can learn the golden text. Here we go. The golden text is taken from 1 John 4, verse 7. Beloved, let us love one another. For love is of God, and every one that loveth is born of God and knoweth God. You did a fantastic job with our topic of the lesson and golden text. Now, we're going to continue with our learning, and we're going to have a read aloud of this book called God's Dream, written by Archbishop Desmond Tutu and Douglas Carlton Abrams. Let's do a picture walk before we begin our reading. On the title page, what do you see? I see children, almost like you, and they all look different. Let's continue our picture walk. What do you see on this page? A little girl who was wondering what's going on. Now, what do you see on this page? That's right. Children having lots of fun, possibly calling another child to join them. Let's keep going on our picture walk. And what do you see here? Even more children, yes. They're smiling and playing with an animal. Uh-oh. What do we see on these pages here? Children playing. Oh, we see someone here that's not being very nice. Let's finish our picture walk with these pages here. What do you see on this page? It looks like she's being kind. He looks like he's sad and needs a friend. And this will be our final stop in our picture walk. What do you see? People getting along. That's fantastic. So now we're going to go back to the beginning and begin our read aloud of the story, God's Dream. Let's begin. Dear child of God, what do you dream about in your loveliest of dreams? Do you dream about flying high or rainbows reaching across the sky? Do you dream about being free to do what your heart desires, or about being treated like a full person, no matter how young you might be? Do you know what God dreams about? If you close your eyes and look with your heart, I am sure, dear child, that you will find out. God dreams about people sharing. God dreams about people caring. God dreams that we reach out and hold one another's hands and play one another's games and laugh with one another's hearts. But God does not force us to be friends or to love one another. Dear child of God, it does happen that we get angry and hurt one another. Soon we start to feel sad and so very alone. Sometimes we cry and God cries with us. But when we say we're sorry and forgive one another, we wipe away our tears and God's tears too. Each of us carries a piece of God's heart within us, and when we love one another, the pieces of God's heart are made whole. God dreams that every one of us will see that we are all brothers and sisters. Yes, even you and me, even if we have different mommies and daddies or live in different faraway lands. Even if we speak different languages or have different ways of talking to God, even if we have different eyes or different skin. Even if you are taller and I am smaller, even if your nose is little and mine is large. Dear child of God, do you know how to make God's dream come true? It's really quite easy. As easy as sharing, loving, caring. As easy as holding, playing, laughing. As easy as knowing we are family because we are all God's children. Will you help God's dream come true? Let me tell you a secret. God smiles like a rainbow when you do. The end. That was great. Let's take a moment to review our topic of the lesson and golden text. The topic of the lesson is, let's love one another. The golden text is taken from 1 John 4, verse 7. Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and every one that loveth is born of God and knoweth God. Kids, there is a man in the Bible who asked Jesus, "Who is my neighbor?" We can look back to the story that we heard earlier on to give us the answer. If you look on all the pages, we saw people of different colors, people of different cultures, pretty much everyone who lives around us. That is the answer I want to share with you. Everyone around us counts as our neighbor. And as God's people, He has a dream, or rather, He has a plan for all of us to get along and to love each other. When we look in the story today, it shows us good times and challenging times. We all go through those same moments. One moment we have some really good things happening, lots of excitement and everything is just great. But there are times where we get hurt or when we get sad. In both of those moments, we are called to show God's love to one another. The Bible says that when we show love, we show the world that we have the Lord in our lives. Now, I need you to understand that showing love is very important in so many ways. First of all, when we show love to everyone around us, it is the greatest way that we can show the greatness of God in our lives. Number two, when we show love, it brightens up other people's days. So many people around us are sad. Some are even afraid because of COVID-19 and other things that cause anxiety or that cause them to be, downhearted. But when we are kind to people, when we share positive words, when we are helpful, these are ways in which we can show the love of Jesus to people around us. And finally, we have to understand that showing love doesn't necessarily mean that we have to be nice. There are times where we have to be bold and we have to be brave enough to let people know around us that we care about when they are wrong. And sometimes, out of love, we have to stand up in a respectful way and say no, and encourage those that we love around us to do the right thing. Sometimes as children, and even as adults, we think that love equals everything has to be nice. But there are sometimes, boys and girls, even in the life of Jesus, out of his love for the people of Israel, he had to be firm and stern, but respectful, with the end goal of showing the righteousness of God. So in all of these ways, showing love is very important. I challenge you as you go into another week to make an effort to show the kindness and the love of Jesus to those who live on your street, your teachers, your classmates, whether you're with them in the classroom or online, with those with whom you live in your homes. Share the love of God, because it is his dream, rather his plan, that everyone work together. There's a song that says, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. And that's true. When we do our best to love, it brings happiness to everyone, and also it brings happiness to our hearts. A few moments ago, I was talking about sometimes love means you have to be firm. You know what the Bible also says? We must speak the truth in love. So in those moments, make sure that you're speaking respectfully, but yet in love. No one who really loves someone will watch their loved one go into danger. No. If we truly love the people around us, we should care enough to tell them the truth, because we're looking out for their best interest. Another interesting thing about love and the love of God is that the Bible says his love casts out all fear. So when we show the love of God, loving one another around us, we help to get rid of fear and anxiety. And the Lord knows, in times like these, we all could do with the love that others have to give us, especially the love of God, to help us overcome or surmount the challenges of our time. So as our Bible verse says, beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and everyone who loveth is born of God. When we show God's love, we really are showing the world that we are his followers. So this week, I'm challenging you one more time. Show God's love, and in all that you are doing, make sure that you stay safe and that you are being your best. Be good, boys and girls, and we look forward to welcoming you and your families back for Sunday school next week, Sunday. God bless you, and if you can, get to church today with your families. Many of the Apostolic Pentecostal churches have continued their online services, but their doors are open, observing all the proper COVID-19 protocol for your safety. So ask your parents if they would find a Bible-believing Apostolic Pentecostal church that preaches Jesus, where you can worship as a family and be blessed. God bless you all, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.